The Essex Boys murders, a deep dive into a notorious crime. On December 6, 1995, the quiet village of Rettendon in Essex became the scene of one of the UK's most infamous gangland killings. Three men, Tony Tucker, Tate, and Craig Rolfe, were found shot dead in a Range Rover on a secluded farm track. This brutal execution would unravel a web of drugs, violence, and betrayal that shocked the nation. The rise of the Essex Boys. In the early 1990s, Essex was a hotspot for the burgeoning rave scene. Nightclubs thrived, and with them came the lucrative drug trade. Tony Tucker, a former paratrooper turned nightclub security boss, capitalized on this boom. Alongside him were Tate, a volatile bodybuilder with a penchant for violence, and Craig Rolfe, a younger associate eager to climb the criminal ranks. Together, they dominated the local drug scene, supplying ecstasy and other substances to clubgoers across Essex and beyond. Their reputation for brutality ensured compliance, and their wealth grew exponentially. However, their success bred arrogance, and they began making enemies both within and outside their circle. The Leah Betts connection. In November 1995, 18-year-old Leah Betts died after taking an ecstasy tablet at her birthday party. The media frenzy that followed brought national attention to the dangers of drug use and cast a spotlight on the suppliers. While no direct link was established between Betts' death and the Essex Boys, the incident intensified police scrutiny and heightened tensions within the drug underworld. The murders. On December 6, 1995, Tucker, Tate, and Rolfe were lured to a meeting under the pretense of a drug deal. They drove to a remote farm track in Rettendon in Tucker's Range Rover. There, they were ambushed and shot multiple times at close range with a shotgun. The execution-style killings bore the hallmarks of a professional hit. The following morning, a local farmer discovered the grisly scene and alerted the authorities. The brutality of the murders and the victims' notoriety ensured widespread media coverage. Speculation ran rampant about who was responsible and why. The investigation and trial. Essex police launched a massive investigation, codenamed Operation Century. After months of inquiries, two men, Michael Steele and Jack Holmes, were arrested and charged with the murders. The prosecution's case hinged on the testimony of Darren Nichols, a former associate who turned informant. Nichols claimed he acted as the getaway driver and provided detailed accounts of the planning and execution of the murders. Despite the lack of forensic evidence linking Steele and Holmes to the crime scene, Nichols' testimony proved compelling. In 1998, both men were convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment. Controversies and appeals. Over the years, questions have arisen regarding the safety of the convictions. Critics argue that the case relied too heavily on a single, potentially unreliable witness. Both Steele and Holmes have maintained their innocence, and various appeals have been lodged. In 2025, the Criminal Cases Review Commission received an application to review their convictions, reigniting debates about potential miscarriages of justice. Cultural impact. The Essex Boys murders have left an indelible mark on British popular culture. Numerous films, such as Essex Boys 2000 and The Rise of the Foot Soldier series, have dramatized the events, often blending fact with fiction. These portrayals have contributed to the mythos surrounding the case, ensuring its place in the annals of UK true crime history. The Essex Boys murders remain a chilling reminder of the perils of the drug trade and the violent ends that often accompany a life of crime. As debates continue over the convictions, the case serves as both a cautionary tale and a subject of enduring fascination.